go 103 Mercies.
So it's called Monsters, right?
Monsters 103 Mercies, but
Yeah.
Monsters is like Monsters.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that with the title, but Monsters is like it's what everyone calls it normally in the manga. But now that this came out, I was looking for it. I'm like 103.
So is there a manga?
So okay, what we're talking about is there was a new anime short OVA, I guess.
Yeah, it's only 25 minutes.
That came out called Monsters 103 Mercies.
103 Mercies.
Isn't it like Domination or
Dragon's Domination, something like that?
Yeah, the name is crazy, but
I think it's a reference to an attack.
oh, I didn't think about that.
I think that's what it's a reference to. But
Basically, what this is
did you know what it was going in?
yes,
I had no idea. I thought it was just a spinoff
of
or
One
a new
Piece
thing.
of One Piece.
I thought it was either a spinoff or a new thing completely.
So I knew what it was, and what it is it was actually Oda's first one shot that he ever wrote.
Really?
Yes. So which is really cool that it is officially canon to the One Piece universe. Basically this was Oda's first one shot he ever wrote a long time ago before writing One Piece. And finally, after all these years, Production IG has animated it.
Yeah.
What did you think about it?
I was watching it and I was thinking, okay. I'm like, I watched it in English just because just what I hit play. I didn't. If I'd have known, wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Okay. I want to tell you something really quick then, since you watched it in English. Maybe they did the same in the English voices. I don't know. But the narrator at the beginning was Zoro.
It's Zoro's.
Okay. It's his English voice.
It's Chris Sabat. Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad.
And I was like, okay, Chris Sabat's narrating.
But that's the thing. You think Chris Sabat. Maybe you don't think Zoro.
And then he actually does the little girl's spoiler heavy for this.
Oh, we're talking about all of this. If you haven't watched this, please go watch it. It's 25 minutes. Come back and you can listen to the discussion.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But Chris Sabat also is the voice of the little girl's dad.
Oh,
That Cyrano, is that his name?
I don't remember, but could be confusing.
So I was like, oh, I guess that guy's the narrator.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But had I watched it in Japanese, I probably would have recognized.
Oh yeah, immediately I knew that was Zoro. But
so, and for those who don't know, so what this is it's basically a One Piece prequel.
it is.
Like at its simplest terms, that's what it is. Now, again, I didn't know that.
You didn't know this at all.
I had no clue. I thought it was just a new story he'd been working on.
Oh, very awesome.
And then he starts saying the name Ryuma, and then
Yes.
I'm like, I know that name. Where have I heard that? And then it cut and showed, and then I literally stood up and I was like, oh.
So I knew who Ryuma was. So if you don't know the story of this, well, you should know because you're supposed to have watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Ryuma has been mentioned throughout One Piece for years. We talk about him in Wano. We first see him in Thriller Bark when Zoro fights him and gets his sword. Did you even recognize the sword?
No, I didn't at all.
Dang. I did immediately when he pulled it out. I'm like, I know that sword. That's Zoro's sword.
It's been a long time since I've seen One Piece really in color.
Oh, right. You just read the manga.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Wado Ichimonji, right?
No. Wado Ichimonji is the white sword.
That's okay. Which one is that one? I can't remember.
It's
got a name.
It's not Kitetsu. I'm ashamed to admit I don't know the name.
That's the one. That's the one that he gets that from the shop, right?
No.
I can never.
You saw the ending, right?
No, he gives it to him.
Yeah, he gets it from Ryuma when he beats him.
I'm getting my
cursed swords mixed up.
There's like 4 that he gets.
Yeah.
Somehow he only ever gets the cursed blades.
Well, they explain that.
I know.
That cursed blades aren't really cursed. It's just they're so powerful that weak people say they're cursed, but a strong person can actually use it properly.
See, again, I binged through a lot of that.
Yeah, they talk about that in Wano when they're talking about Enma.
Enma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, so basically we've got this guy, looks a lot like Zoro, does not have Zoro's voice, which I was curious if they would give him his Zoro's voice actor or not, but he doesn't. He's Ryuma. He's new to this village that he's in, walking around. There's some stuff going on. He meets Nami.
I mean, she might as well be.
No, he meets a girl that looks like Nami. What did you think about her
She's all right.
story?
She's all right.
I mean, isn't it interesting how it's literally so close to Nami in Kokoyashi Village?
Yeah.
Like her whole breakdown and everything. You can see where Oda was going. Like, yeah. It's interesting.
I was again, I really liked the bad guy with the hat. Loved the design of him at first. I was like, this guy has too cool of a design to be cool. He was
so different from Oda's typical bad guy designs. The other one, the clown guy, was like, oh, that's Oda.
Yeah.
But yeah, that guy was like, maybe I'd see him like on Dressrosa fighting in the tournament or something, but you don't see that kind of character a lot.
No. And see, I was like, okay, this guy's really cool. He's probably a bad guy.
I didn't think of it at all. It didn't cross my mind.
As soon as he was like, don't turn around, and then turn around, and then he's there with all the treasure and all that. And I was just like, yep, there it is.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it was a one shot. I think he wrote it in high school. I mean, let's be real. The story in it is not crazy, but it's cool now as a One Piece
especially
fan.
When once you get to that end, especially if you don't know, like me, what was coming. It's just like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
And I love that the end that everyone keeps saying, oh, he's the Cyrano or whatever his name is. I can't remember.
The bad guy?
The bad guy.
Okay.
They're like, he's the second. They say he's almost as good as the king, and they don't say they keep saying the king, and you're like,
I never
man.
thought of it.
And then I don't know where they're like, yeah, I don't think the king knows that anyone calls him the king. I don't think he knows he's the king.
Right.
And it's like, oh, he's so good, but so oblivious to everything that he doesn't know that he's the master everybody looks up to.
So you realized it was Ryuma who was stronger before the end, or
as soon as he said Ryuma, and then I heard the voice keep going. I was like, "Is that? I wonder if that's Zoro." And then it cut out, and then it saw the zombie form of Ryuma.
Yeah. So at the very end, we go to One Piece, actual One Piece in Thriller Bark.
That's what made me just oh.
Yeah, I flipped. I thought the whole thing was cool. I thought it was fun. It was interesting to see Oda's thoughts. But yeah, when we jumped to that, me too, I was like, no freaking way. Like, I knew who Ryuma was. I knew Zoro got his sword. I knew all that, but I did not expect them, a totally different animation studio, to put in One Piece, actual One Piece scene.
And for Thriller Bark, too.
Yeah.
And it's such like that's an important part to Zoro's story, but to the overall story, it's not that huge, minus.
Well, it is for this what they're telling.
Yeah.
Ryuma's
So it's just like
sword.
it's so cool that they tie that in.
Yeah, it's really cool, and I love too that because I didn't even consider this is Wano. I didn't even think about it until Zoro said "Thank you" or "Goodbye, Ryuma," whatever, Samurai of Wano, and I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, this whole movie's been in Wano."
Was it in Wano, or did it just? I thought they were just saying he was of Wano because Wano wasn't cut off at that time.
I'm pretty sure the story was in Old Wano.
Oh, okay. It looked like Old West Town. It didn't look like any.
Well, this is many years ago. I don't know how long ago it was.
Okay.
This might be before the Void Century. Even.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ryuma is like old.
Okay.
Really old. So I have no idea. But
now that zombie form of his, that's not his actual body, is it? I can't remember.
How did it work in Thriller Bark? I'm trying to remember.
Because his shadow was the evil version of him.
Yes.
That's what was possessing him. So, like, where did his shadow come from?
God, I can't remember how Thriller Bark worked.
Or did a shadow possess Ryuma's body and Ryuma retain the memories?
So that's how it works for both. Like, your body can get possessed by someone else's shadow, or the shadow can be put into, like, a different body. But I don't remember how it worked with Ryuma now. Because I haven't watched Thriller Bark in so long.
Because they build him up to be like this noble dude, like, especially in that short.
Yeah.
And even the thing, they talk about how great a warrior and how great he was. But then you see him and he's kind of a jerk.
Well, if I remember right, he has to fight. Like, because he's controlled. The shadow's controlled by Gecko Moria.
Yeah, in a sense. But he also was just like, no, I'm fighting you, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I need to watch it. If anybody remembers Thriller Bark or watched it recently, let us know.
It's been years since I watched Thriller Bark.
I watched it 2 years ago, but that's such a detail I never thought I'd need to remember. I didn't lock it in.
But yeah, 103 Dragon Mercy, 103.
Just say monsters.
Monsters it's very good, very worth it.
Yeah, if you hadn't watched it and for some reason you just watched us talk about it, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know why you did that, but go watch it.
It's so like for that ending alone. Oh, and yeah, we didn't even talk about his final fight with that dragon.
It was, yeah,
that was awesome. Oh, and I'd like to note, this is just me. It was an actual dragon, not a wyvern. I'm really particular about this.
Oh God! All right.
Not a wyvern. Too many wyverns in today's media.
And nobody cares.
I care, and I care. Everybody's like, look at that dragon. I'm like, it's got 4 limbs. It ain't no dragon.
All right. But yeah, the fight was awesome.
It's so good.
What did you? Speaking of the fight, how did it feel seeing this is a One Piece property being animated by a different studio?
I thought it looked really good. Makes me kind of want to see what their take on One Piece would be instead.
Well, you can. Production IG is the ones who made the first ever anime, our One Piece movie.
Oh, okay.
The first ever One Piece movie. It doesn't have any of our voice actors because this was before Toei even did anything. Obviously, it's old. But it was cool. It's a different take, and it's really interesting.
Yeah, but do everybody's hands, are they the size of Texas?
I can't remember.
Because that's one of my big issues with early One Piece.
Oh, I see.
Everybody's hands are huge.
I can show you what it looks like later.
Maybe.
Or wait, can I? Where did I watch it? Now I'm not even remembering where I watched it. I'm not sure if I can show you or not. But it's really cool. I'll message you later with the name if you want to check it out, because it is interesting just to see. And last time we talked a ton about voices in the One Piece remake. And I'm not going over to the One Piece remake right now, but I just want to mention this was at least a good sign for what you were talking about. Like, this is a different animation studio, yet they were allowed to use Zoro's voice actor. They were allowed to put in scenes from, I don't know if they reanimated that Thriller Bark scene or if they took it straight from Toei.
It looked reanimated.
It was hard for me to tell. I thought it was, but at the same time I was like,
I don't remember it. Because Thriller Bark is the quality.
Thriller Bark's not bad though. It's 16:9 already. It's right before Shabondi, which is pretty good.
It's not bad, but it was the animation seemed too smooth.
It was, yeah,
for it to be just reset. And to me, the whole Oda has said in One Piece that he doesn't like to. Like, if he has to reference something from a past event, he doesn't just take the panel and glue it in there. He redraws the whole thing.
Oh, and so maybe they did the same thing.
That's what I'm thinking, that hopefully that... I could be wrong, but
right.
I'm hoping that's kind of the attitude they have, too, because Oda's sense is they already paid to see that scene. Why am I making them pay again to see the exact same picture? I'll just redraw it.